And we are live. So today I have a special guest, and she is a dear friend of mine, Jae Ma. Jae really comes from a unique background. She is an introvert coach from a math teacher. She has extensive academic background to really support her career journey. So I know all of you are probably curious to learn how did she turn into a coach from being a math teacher. So Jae, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm just so excited to partner with you to work on this together for a big mission. So I'm just really grateful. I have also my audience member who I know will benefit also from your expertise. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Do you want me? Go ahead.
Absolutely. So Jae, tell us more about yourself.
Sure. So as my community knows me, I'm a teacher. I do teach at a community college full time, and I've been teaching for a while. Adults who are afraid of math, who are beginning at the beginning level to want to start over, or have just been having had a break in their math career and just want to have build a strong foundation. So I've been doing that. I'm also a mom, and I love that role. And at the same time, over the last year, I decided to try to recreate myself online. And so I am now an introvert mentor for introverts to grow, glow, and thrive online. And it's been the funnest journey ever. So this is how I also met Cassie. So I also love to, for my audience members to know a little bit also about you, Cassie. Do you mind also sharing a little bit about your background?
Yes, absolutely. And I relate with Jae at so many different levels. I too am an introvert. So, and I'm a total numbers nerd. So for her to say she's an introvert and she's a math teacher, it was right away I know I'm going to be her best friend. So I relate to her in so many ways. So like many of you, I am a woman with multiple hats. I'm a mom of two active children, and I am a founder of Behind Those Hills and Numbers Nerd Consulting. And some of you probably have seen me from Behind Those Hills podcast. And in the daytime, I get to be myself, the introverted numbers nerd I am, helping small businesses and individuals to achieve financial success and improve their cash flow. So thank you.
It was great. I just like bonded with you right away. I think because of some of our commonalities, I would not have recognized you as an introvert for sure, because you've helped so many women out there, so many people out there in your groups. And also for me, like just being a leader to like get me rolling, always like encouraging me to keep moving forward. So it's been such a blessing to connect with you. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's a pleasure connecting with you as well. And it's funny that you mentioned not able to tell that I'm an introvert. I'm super introvert, and just being here make me a little bit nervous. However, I have some podcast interview under my belt. I've done over 20 interviews now for Behind Those Hills, and how I found Behind Those Hills itself was truly nothing but like fulfilling my purpose, because like I mentioned, I am super introverted. So for the fact that I am able to support women by sharing a platform and sharing their story and doing interview, is just telling me that when I have a purpose I have to fulfill, it goes beyond my ability. It goes beyond what I think I could do, and just doing whatever it takes to get it done. So it really helped me going outside of my comfort zone. And a recent new friend of mine, Monica, I watched her live yesterday, and she talked about how we have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So I think that's what we are trying to do, as introvert, is trying to get out of our shell and really show people our authentic selves and be okay to show up.
Yeah, so that is the beauty of this process, is because we are also working on ourselves, but also helping to inspire others to get out of their comfort zone, to get out of our comfort zone so we can help others do the same. I know we're both moms, so also encouraging our own kids as a role model for them. They would see we are going to, just continue to live out our passions and to fight for that. So it's been a wonderful journey, and I have so much on different levels that I connect with you. Just seeing you as like a super mom, like that we can still continue to work on our passions, have our careers, and also be a mom, like be the loving mom, and also run that with them, share our love and share our passions with them, so that we can help inspire them also in their lives. Yeah.
Absolutely. So Jay, you have helped so many women as well. And but first I want to learn, how did you turn from a math teacher? And by the way, I love your work because you're so patient. And I know you were helping your niece yesterday, and just the way that you were explaining math is just, it completely impressed me. But how do you turn from being a math teacher to a leader in the community, to become an introvert coach?
So when I did go online, my big why was because I wanted to try something new, try an opportunity out there that I've been just being online. I was so private. I wasn't public at all. And so I saw these number of women out there who also seemed like they were like me. They were just like, they shared similar stories. They were shy, they were introverted, they had their careers, they were accountants, they were nurses, pharmacists, moms, they were all these different things. And when I started to actually follow their journey and I saw their growth and they've inspired me, I actually slowly decided to reach out to them and just kind of had conversations. That there are so many people out there who are just so happy to talk to you, to just share their journeys. And so a lot of them I'm just really grateful for. They took time out of their day, like not even just an hour. Sometimes our conversations would go so long. So there's a number of people in my community, in my group, that I'm just so in great gratitude for. And they have just inspired me. So when I made that decision to say yes to this opportunity, because I also got encouragement, I had a mentor who was just like, she believed in me and she just knew, she just said, you can do it. And she didn't even give me a choice the first time. It's like, okay, here's the post, you just do it. And so after that post, I reached out to her and we connected. She's just like, how did it feel? And I said, yeah, it's okay. There's no negative stuff yet. There's nothing. So in my mind, I'm already thinking, those limiting beliefs. What are people going to think of me? What are they going to say? And, I'm going to be out here public and maybe selling some stuff. And so that was all internal. So after I said yes and I did it, I'm still here. Nothing happened. That was too bad. She's like, did you die? I'm like, no, okay. And so that just really, after that I think the first post was the hardest post. And she already built this community, and I had strangers randomly come on my post, because it's public, and supporting my post. And there's a number, tons of just positive feedback on that. So even though it's more announcement and I was going to sell something, it was just all in my brain, I think. And so this is why sometimes I think we're stuck, we might be stuck with our limiting beliefs. We might be stuck because of our limiting beliefs. We're running through 1,000 or 10,000 things through our head that might not even be true. What if there are, in the opposite case, people out there who are looking for you, who are looking to have you inspired? And what if there are people out there that you can help, even if it's just one person? And so that was just my start. And then as I continued through this journey, I had a number of people also that I connected with, and it just felt so nice to be able to help with their journey, to see their growth, and to see like just like it's like a flower, or you plant a little seed and then you start seeing little sprouts and then they start flourishing on their own, and then like all of a sudden there's gardens. It's just been so nice to do this. So that is how I got started, and I had a number of mentors along the way, and a number of exercises, activities, actions that we took, and community building. And so when I did those kind of activities, it helped me to refine like my whys, my like 7 layers deep, like why and why and why. And our whys could change, but at this time, it just clicked with me. It's like when you just kind of like write down a thought and you just have a strong connection to it. It's like, this is it. It just feels right. Even if it just feels right at this moment in time, it feels right. And so that is where I am, is to help introverts like just like me, because I went through this journey and I'm still growing and I still have mentors. And so I also like to help others who were like me, who just are thinking of getting started, and but they don't know how, or they're scared. And I know that it's possible because I did it. And it's possible for anyone if we just make that
No.
decision to do it.
It
Yeah,
is very scary. It is very scary, especially when you first started as an introvert and putting yourself out there on social media. I am curious to know, because you mentioned a pivotal moment when your mentor contacted you and say, post it. You're not gonna get hurt from doing that. So
yeah,
nobody's gonna get hurt from like posting and put social media
yeah.
posts. What was the biggest fear for you to put yourself out there as an introvert in social media?
Yeah, so it was fear of judgment. That was the main thing, because I think growing up and being in like a family where my parents were educators and they had their own school and their teachers, and so all I knew was just go do the traditional route, even though they were entrepreneurs too. But like this is like our culture. Maybe it's just like we value education so much, and the way that we do it is to change our life is to get educated and to go to school. In 5th grade, I like barely spoke English still, and I remember being very shy, quiet. But I had a 5th grade teacher who recommended for us to apply to magnet schools. And so I did. At like 10 years old, I filled out my own application to go to a school that was at least an hour away with school buses, 2 hours in the morning. And so with that, I just knew that that was a path. And then in high school, when I was about to graduate, I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no vision or anything. It's just like, okay, just apply to college. And so we'll go to college. And it was just when I decided, also being in a professional like environment with the educational background and teaching in the educational institution, I didn't really think of anything different. And so when I went online, it was that thought of, okay, everyone knows me by this role all my life. It's like I'm this teacher, and I just like, that's all they like, we put these roles on ourselves, right? And so no one's done that except for us. It's like in my mind, I'm thinking, all these people know that I'm a teacher. And so what would they think of me? Like, what will my parents think of me? My best friend think of me? My friends think of me? These strangers will think of me? My coworkers will think of me? What will others think of me? It's always like, what will others think? And so that was the scary part when I first went on. It was like retraining my mind to not focus on what others will think, but what it would do for me to help others out there, continue to help others. So when I decided that if I grow, who would actually be able to be impacted? Who would actually be able to benefit from that growth? And my students I could bring this back to my students. I've actually also had changes where I changed their lessons, where I had them create videos, to explain their learning. And because I'm able to continue to grow in this area, I can also better help guide them, like with their ebooks. I have them write ebooks, journaling, reflecting on themselves, shifting their limiting beliefs to more positive, encouraging, strengthening beliefs, and just like things that I can gain. The more that I grow, I just like feel so much happier, more confident to help them too, and my own son, and just friends or family, also people that are strangers that I connected with. It has just been more like the garden growing more, instead of like this little garden that was like right here in my own backyard. So yeah, so how about you? I wanted to also know about your journey, because you also have your own private group, and I was in one of your 10-day training. You're so amazing to show up the way you do, so much. You help so many people in there, and to help with just planning out our finances. So you have so much to give, so much value. So can you also tell some of my audience members who don't know about your talents and where you're at right now with that project and other plans you have?
Yeah, absolutely. And let me quickly say hi to some of our friends that actually jump on and
Awesome.
watch us. So hi Donna, hi Awina, hi Milan, hi Lulu, hi Diego, hi Tara, hi Jose, hi Amrita, hi Kwan. Oh, thank you guys. I love the support. So yes, dating back, earlier this year, I stepped down from my corporate job, which was a radical decision. I spent over 14 years working in two big financial institutions and really working hard to climb up the corporate ladder, and mainly focusing on commercial credit. And from analyzing small businesses with $5,000 loan to multi-billion corporation getting $50 million loan. So I really learned a lot of financial strategies. And last year I was really questioning my purpose about, how I am showing up, am I following my heart? And I really realized that I was living someone else's dream. The whole time I was trying to go up the corporate ladder, I was fulfilling something that wasn't mine. And by the time I get home, sometimes I was just so drained and I have nothing left. I was not being present with my children. I was constantly thinking about work. And I really realized that there are better ways to life than just work, right? I mean, I provide value to my employer. And so I made a radical decision. I stepped down and created my own practice. I started my own financial practice because, thinking back, I enjoyed working with small businesses, small business owners that don't have the tools to understand finance, to really help them. Because if they're putting their passion, they're putting their soul into something that they created as their dream, I felt like my expertise and experience can really fulfill that purpose to help them, guiding them so they could actually do what they're passionate with and continue to provide value to their clients while making money as well as support their own obligations. So it's really, it's a journey, and I'm loving every minute of it. And thank you for being in the 10-day course as well. It was super intensive, but it was super rewarding. It's rewarding for me as well, seeing my clients able to plan out their year and meeting their goal. And it's very rewarding, whether it is a beach home in Florida or an RV, or just able to retire and live comfortably, or paying off all of their credit card. We were able to create a roadmap together with action plan items. So that is super rewarding. But I know you are also serving your clients as well. So you're doing a lot of fun stuff in your group. So just imagine like being an introvert going on Facebook Live is already scary enough. I mean, you were doing really fun stuff like dance contest and fun challenges. So tell me more. Like, what was your fun initiatives, and tell me an example that you were able to create an impact to somebody in your group and what you're doing.
Sure. So for me, I also like the idea is to work with others, to build community, to grow with each other. And this is what I love so much about this journey. It's just not doing it alone, but doing it with others that you have a strong alignment with, that you connect with, that you want to help each other to grow. And so as much as I can grow, that I can help others, and they've also helped me, like they've also inspired me. Amazing. I don't want to name names, so maybe I'll make up a fictitious name, like Susan, for instance. We've been communicating for a number of months, and she's in my group. And so being afraid of, like, again, what others think, like very similar to me, like what will their coworkers think, what will other people that we don't even know think. And so being afraid of doing their Facebook lives, to show up consistently and to do the live in my group, do a dance. Wow, like, and not just a dance, but it was just like full on, all out. And there's also a number of people in there who I was very like, I put it out there. I just don't know how many people would actually take part, but every like morning I would see a dance post, and then I would get tagging them, and then from them taking it from my group to their own public profile. And that was just an extra, it was so like just so joyful, happy moments when you feel like you can inspire someone like that to take action and to grow and to take it beyond, like you're planting the seeds, and seeds continue to grow, like, and so it just was so beautiful. And this whole the dance was also inspired because I'm really afraid to dance all my life. It's like if I ever go to any parties, I would just be the one who's sitting there and like sitting in the corner, someone wanting to dance, like, oh no, it's okay, like if anyone ever saw me dance publicly, it was just because like I did try to push myself, but it was not like full on or anything like that. But in this group, it was to challenge myself to do it publicly also, but in a safe, supportive community. We're all here to support each other and encourage each other. And part of that, the song that I chose was a movement from Dr. Joe Dispenza to spread love. And that I felt like was in alignment with me continuing to, like, with dancing, it really changes all our physiology, our mind, our body, soul, heart, everything. So that was just the thought that I had, is to create positivity during this time frame, to help each other to stay positive. I think because each one of us will go through those moments in life where we just need a pick-me-upper. Let's just say, like, even before I go on my Facebook lives, like, let's do some dance, let's get that energy flowing, and let's go ahead and change all of that within us so that we can show up the best that we can. So that was like just one example. I had other challenges to help share tips of like how to do Facebook lives, because I didn't know how at all, and I showed you a few challenges that were helpful for me. Not that I'm there. I still have a lot of room to grow, but at least I feel like I could at least push that button and be like, okay, here it is, not even worry about what others will respond, and let go of the outcome. So that is what my mentors taught me. Whatever we do, I know, like, we tend to have high expectations, right? Where maybe like for certain things, but as far as like happiness, like as much as we can when we do things, if we can just let go of the outcome, just know that if we're doing it like with the sole purpose of good, like just let that go, no matter how others react or whatever it is, it's not in our control. So that is something that for me, is to keep practicing also. Whenever I want to be attached to outcomes, let that go. And that is just one of the tips that I would share when we're online or whatever we're doing. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing tips.
And I also love to have my community. Are there any tips you could share that would be helpful for someone thinking about their finances or mapping out, like you said, our year to help us plan?
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. So I actually been really busy in the last few months, really understanding what's going on with the SBA funding and trying to really relay those information to small businesses, because if they are needing the funding and they're able to obtain that funding to get back on their feet, it will really prevent them from having to shut down and able to continue to pursue their passion. So what I would suggest is, if you're ever feeling overwhelmed with finance, and first off, just know that there are people out there that are worse than you, and take a deep breath and practice gratitude. When you're feeling overwhelmed, the best thing to do is, take a deep breath and really practice gratitude, and think about, how grateful that you are that you're able to have this financial problem. Because if you don't have help, if you don't have good health, you don't have family to take care of, you won't have that problem, right? So think about how grateful you are just to be able to be in that situation, and think about how grateful you are that you have electricity, that's why you have electricity bill, and how grateful that you are you have internet, so you can watch us on this interview, and that's why you have internet bill. And just practicing gratitude is so important. And also know when to seek help. It is very vulnerable, and it's very difficult things to do is come out and say, I need help. It's so hard, even for me, because we tend to think that we can handle more than we could, but we are not experts in everything. And in order for you to run your business efficiently and really maximizing the performance, you need to have experts in different fields. I would never claim to be an expert for like other subject like marketing or selling or website design, but I am good at finance. So I focus on what you are best at and know when you need help, and just know that you're probably the only one judging yourself. Just like what you were saying about the social media thing, that you were thinking, oh, what are people gonna think? And the only time is just you who's judging yourself. And know that it's okay, because things will get better, and don't get overwhelmed. And there are a lot of resources out there, and my group offers a lot of free resources as well on how to do budgeting and how to not get into debt. There are a lot of free information, and when you're ready to, you can identify experts like me to help you as well, to continue to help improving your financial health.
Yes, you've been so helpful. There's so much more I still want to learn from you.
Likewise. Once I'm able to get to like the level that I'm able to dance online, I mean, you have
you can. Just the next minute you can.
I need more coaching session before we can get there.
Oh, it's been so fun. So are there, well, I know, because as we continue to grow, it doesn't matter what stage of our life we're in, we can always use some expert advice or tips on like our finances at the beginning. If maybe like we're, as far as like where we're at is not like to par, then where we want to be, we can grow. And if we are at that same time, we can see how we can manage it or grow it, right? It's just no matter who it is, we can all work on that, because we have bills and we have different things to worry about, or not worry, but to take care of, or just a part of our life, right? I don't like that word, worry.
No, absolutely. We continue to grow, kind of like your challenge of Grow and Glow.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, I know you have a workshop coming up, and I can't wait to sign up, because I want to get into courage to do more things, to step out my comfort zone. So I can't wait. So tell us more about your workshop that is coming up.
So it's going to be a 3-day experience, and I say experience because I would like to have everyone experience it. It's not going to be where I just give you a workbook and that's it. You're going to read it and then throw it away. You're going to take action and really go through the experience, and that's how we grow. It will be catered also to people who are busy, right? And because I have other things also, and I know how it feels like to like go through maybe sometimes a 1-year program or a 6-month program, and then we do it like maybe the first 2 weeks and then we get busy. But in this case, it's going to be short. I say 3 days because you have 3 assignments that I will guide you. And the very first day I'll give you the assignments, so then you can take time to absorb it. You can do it right away. And then the second day is really for you to communicate with others, to connect and to work on it, to have accountability partners. And then so then the third day really is the second assignment. You're going to also get your second task. And then you get to have that day in the next. So it's really catered in mind with people who are very busy or busy in mind, or if you are one of those, action takers, to take action so you have time to breathe. And then the third day will be the third assignment, and then we can continue to grow. It's going to be helping each other to just grow out of our limiting beliefs, and to grow online together so that we can have this connection. I really love to connect with people on a deeper level, to have meaningful relationships, not just any random relationships out there, but really when I connect with someone. And I think it's also a matter of choice too. Like you have people that you really want to bond with and connect with. So if that we resonate with each other, it would, like, my best friend is my best friend since 11th grade. I mean, since I was 11. So since like we were very young, and we're still like, our kids play together. We're still really great friends through whatever time. So it's just, once I connect with someone, I want to really connect with them. I don't want to just have this kind of superficial kind of thing. So I think that whole idea is just continue to flourish and water our seeds and build this garden and grow this garden together, spread that through the world. And so that is the of that challenge. It's going to be a 3-day workshop, but it really is going to be more like 6 days.
I love it, Jay. That's amazing. So I would say maybe like you'll see the biggest benefits of attending the workshop would be building maybe like authentic relationship with your friends online.
Exactly. Yes. Being authentic, building the connections, and helping each other to grow online. And yeah, so same like with you and I, we've worked on a few different projects together, and so we continue to grow together. I want to have this connection, like not just right now through this period, but for life, right? Like, so I know we're going to continue to support each other. We also have friends and in each of our communities that we can continue to grow together. Why not like just help each other, since we each have our strengths, and we also have things that we can continue to work on and need the help of each other. And so I love also to have some of my audience members also connect with you, if that's okay. Can you all, I know you also have your plan, because with your workshop.
Yes, I also have a workshop. Thank you. But let me just quickly, I want to say thank you to Irina, Nim, and Rita, and David, Susan. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. So yes, absolutely. I will also have a workshop. It's going to be 5-day workshop to increase your cash flow for you and your company. So, I mean, who can't use more money, right, during this time? So it's going to be super fun and exciting, but it also requires some work. Not a lot of work, but it does come with a workbook. So it does require you to do some thinking. But if you do the work and you're willing to learn, you will be able to get value and more cash too. So it's always a side benefit.
Yes, that would be great. I totally would sign up for your workshop.
And I'll sign up for yours too. And I love building authentic relationship. I think it's so important, because artificial relationship is only more like transaction based. And we are all here to build long-term relationship with one another and really cheering each other on. Just before I let you go, I do want to know one tip from you on how to build authentic relationship online, because there are a lot of artificial relationship on social media.
Mhm. For me, it's like, this is my thing is I really have to take time to breathe. Like, I know it sounds like, okay, you know what? To actually like reflect on who we are, knowing ourselves, being self-aware, and it's okay, like again, to be accept us for who we are, that we are, you know, sometimes like we're really hard on ourselves, and just know that like we're not going to connect with everyone, but there are going to be the people who really are like waiting for you and there's people that we're waiting for. So those are the connections that like when it feels right, I come from my heart, I go with where my heart is. And I mean, we could be wrong too, right? I mean, sometimes we have intuition, and how many times when our intuitions are wrong, and that could happen too. But at the same time, be open to it, be open-minded, be open to these connections. You just never know. Sometimes like someone will pop up in your life that you never even thought their partner, for business, for life, for whatever reason. And sometimes people will come into your life for a short period because they serve, like we each serve a purpose in each other's life, and that's okay. Just kind of go with the flow. Take that moment to take a deep breath. And really I have to work on this because with the online, but really when you're connecting with someone, like give them your heart. And really just, I know it sounds like really simple, but it really does start from that. Like wherever we do, like I had mentioned in my last live, where when I first started with network marketing, it was like I had to go through all these trainings and I was given all these scripts, which is great training, but I just had to let it all go because it's not me. It's like I can't be like, okay, this is like being robotic. I know like we need to have some of that to help us, you know, structure. But really when you're doing it, it is just like, why not just say like, hi, how are you doing? How's your day? Really, is there anything I can help you with today? Here's a mindset video that really helped me. If it helps you, maybe, like if it's not, it's okay, you know. And when we have down moments where it's like, okay, something happened to me, like be open to that, being open to communicating, really communicate, like being just vulnerable, that's the word. Being vulnerable with the right person, of course, not everyone out there, but being like your authentic self, being like you could share that you're not the perfect person, that you have your flaws, that you just you go through things too in life, and so we can each help each other to get through those moments. And when there's something like positive, like you have a big plate of fruit, let's just share. It's healthy for each other. Why not just like, you know, help each other to have this nice meal and have some tea and have some virtual coffee time. And those are things that I think are so meaningful to me. I really find like a lot of enjoyment and pleasure, happiness in that, when we find that right person that we can say, hey, I'm just going through this rough day, and how's your day going? I'm working on this project, and can you take a look at it? Or maybe like I know someone that is in my group that could help you, you know, with your funnel or your whatever it is that you're working on. Like, let me connect you to. So serving in that way, it's just been, yeah, most joyful. And how about for you? What is the one tip that you might want to share and have to share that could be helpful in terms of your trainings?
I love, first off, I love what you said about being authentic. I think it's so important. I work with a lot of coaches as my clients, and that's probably the best thing you can do for your client is being authentic, or to anybody. Being authentic is extremely important in my profession as well, because I'm dealing with finances. People come to me when they're already vulnerable. They already feel embarrassed or ashamed, or even though it's not bad, but we tend to think the worst out of the situation, right? Like we tend to think that, oh, this is the worst ever. But
Yeah.
and they tend to think that everyone else is judging me and nobody's judging you. So I think being authentic and being willing to be vulnerable is so important, because people come to you, and as coaching as well, people typically come to you for a problem. So whether it is for finance, or an introvert person telling you that they're having issue being a coach, or you typically already having an issue, somebody's coming to you. So the best thing that I think you can do is just be authentic, and allowing people to see who you are, and build real relationship versus artificial relationship. And it really allow people to open to you, because especially when I deal with people's financial, I don't want people to be lying to me about their financial situation, because it's not helping anybody. I'm not going to be able to help somebody who is not able to be truthful with me about their situation. So I think be authentic and willing to be vulnerable, like you said, is probably the best thing that I would suggest for anybody in their profession. And of course, if you are needing help with finance, and just know that it's okay to be vulnerable. We all been there. I just share my story how with Irina, I just shared my story with Irina, how difficult it was for me to break away from my corporate identity. It's okay to tell people that, and speak the truth, and it's okay. And that's what I do too, encouraging women to tell their story with Behind Those Hills, which is my side project. Not that I don't have enough projects going on, but it's my passion. So it's so important is speaking your truth. So I really relate to what you're doing, because that's what you're doing, is encouraging people to come out to be their authentic self and know that it's going to be okay. Nobody is judging. And even if they are, as long as you're not judging yourself, is probably the most important, right?
Exactly. I just love what you're doing, helping so many women out there, just to share their stories. We each have a story, and sometimes it's hard to tell, right, until you really connect with someone or they share it. And that there's just so much power in seeing someone grow. And it's each of us who have that. If we're open to learning from people who have stories, like we can have, there's so many lessons out there. And so I love what your projects are. And I know that's like your little other one, but you're working on so many. I love that you're also, you took a big step. It's not even just like something little to be, leave your corporate out of being like so successful already, and then taking that decision to play big. It's like you're not playing small. Like this is it. And just putting all your heart into it, what you're doing, and recreating that yourself and your identity. And that is basically where we connect to, because we have these roles that we're thinking like we put on ourselves, but why not? It's such a fun playground out here. Being online, you can recreate yourself and help others recreate themselves too. And work towards like whatever identity that we want to be more positive, or newer you, or whoever it is, that we can do that. It is, again, what is it's that we're telling ourselves that might be limiting us. So it's so fun to connect.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it. And based on what you said, I think you kind of give it away, but I'm going to guess what you're going to do from your workshop now. I'm going to take some guess, but I know you're not going to tell me, which is going to drive me crazy. So tell us, how can we join your workshop? I know you have a group, and is that workshop only available in that group?
Yeah, so it's I will post the link here to my group, and I will make the announcement in my group. So for those who do resonate, so I don't want to scam everyone. I mean, I want anyone who does resonate, that might feel that you can benefit from it, or you have an expertise and you want to help others. So group is very open. I built it so that you can share your products and services, so you can share your talents, you can share your vulnerabilities. We are here to support each other, even if it's in a conflicting niche with me. It's just, for me, I see it as a collaboration. I see it as connecting, co-creating things, our dreams together. So why not just help each other? So if you want to share of any of your services, you can also do that. Or if you want to grow so that you can develop a service or product, you can also do that. I will post the link in the bottom, but it is called the Introverts Grow, Glow, and Thrive online group. So it's a community that we're working together. We have a
That's amazing.
also in there, and I will be live streaming a live stream session with a friend over in Malaysia coming soon, who is a closer from high profile people that he's been trained under. And I also have plans to do more of these things in our life, to bring experts in there so we can continue to see, maybe if you're still discovering your passions or discovering what it is that you want to do, you can maybe be inspired by people like Cassie in the group, and see where we can help each other to grow in this process. And especially during these times, I just love connecting with people so that we can continue to work on our growth, and not just by ourselves, but together. And for you too, Cassie, I'd love to also let people know more about your trainings and your work, and about you.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, yes, first off, Jay is probably like the kindest and most genuine person, and very, very giving. So I think if you ever think about like joining a group and being able to be vulnerable and being open, I think her group is perfect for that, and it's a perfect platform. And she is really true when she talks about you able to promote your business and what you do. She's super supportive with that. So why not build a community to support each other, right? So my group is called Smart Money Talk, where I'll provide free training on different money tip, from budgeting to tax to money savings to growing your money to operating your business. Is really what the group is for. And my 5-day workshop challenge will be held in that group. So I will post that link as well. And Jay, it's been such a pleasure. And I can't wait to see all these great things. And I can't wait to see your workshop.
Me too. I can't wait for yours too. So let's continue to grow together. Thank you so much, everyone. And I didn't get to check my Facebook this time with all our supporters. Maybe we can take a moment to do a shout out. Thank you. Hey, Dave. Thank you so much for joining and supporting us here. Karma, I see Karma on here. Nacha, my Nacha, thank you so much, Nacha. My auntie's here, May, and I have someone, Steve, my bro here. Thank you so much. Always so supportive. Irina and Guang, our supporters. Thank you so much, Rachel and Jaime. I love Jaime. Oh, actually, maybe I'm on the wrong. So let me see. And also Armita, Rachel, thank you. My cousin, my nephew Arthur is also here. Thank you for supporting us so much.
Yeah, thank you. Dia, looks like I see Dia, David, Edward, Rachel, Susan, Renee, of course, Irina, Nim. Thank you guys, and we'll talk to you guys really soon. And hopefully you guys get to join us for our workshop.
Thank you so much.
Bye.